Hey, Tools New Tech. This is Mr. Toy coming to you from New Tech Academy at Wayne High School, and I've been invited to kind of give you guys a video demonstration on how to use Windows Movie Maker to create a high quality video that's pretty easy, fun, simple for your project. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go through a lot of functions and a lot of steps with you, so please feel free to pause and play as needed throughout my demonstration. So bottom left hand corner of the screen, we're going to search for Movie Maker, and we want to make sure first we open up the correct program. It's the one that just says Movie Maker, not to be confused with the old lame version, Windows Movie Maker 2.6. So this is the new updated fun one. Make sure it's the one with the orange and blue film strip. So I'll open up the program. A couple things I want to show you. This little black box right here, this is kind of your screen to preview your video. And this space here is kind of the timeline of how your video is going to work. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to click here to insert sample videos and photos. Hopefully you have yours to work from. First, I'm going to find a video clip. This is just a sample one that comes on everyone's desktop of some wildlife. And as you can see, as soon as I did that, I have like a little timeline of my clip. You can see how it's elongated, and you can even see this funny little, like, almost looks like a mountainscape at the bottom. That shows me the peaks and falls of the audio. If you go to the bottom right hand corner of your screen, zoom in, it can really expand the video format so you can see exactly how the audio changes. Okay, I want you to find this black line. This black line is very important. It is your point in the video. As you click and drag, it shows you what you're seeing in the preview box for your clip. So I have an assortment. Oh, baby koala, so cute. It gives me kind of a quick preview of what I can expect on my video clip. As soon as you click on this, it adds a tab at the top of my toolbar where next to view it says Edit Video Tools. I want you guys to click on this. There's a couple things I want to show you. So under Edit Video Tools, you'll see it gives me some options to change the video volume. So there is some audio to this. I want it to be a little bit quieter, and I can even choose to have it fade in, slow, medium, fast. I like slow, a little bit more dramatic. Same thing with fast. If I go back here and I click play down below, it will give me kind of a quick preview of how even the sound will play. Great, nice, easy fade in from the volume. And I'm going to zoom ahead to the end and listen to it fade out. Awesome. So that's just a quick demonstration of the fade in and fade out features of the audio. There aren't a lot of options for adjust. Under pictures, there's some more things you can mess with. Editing, this is probably the most important tool you're going to use with a video clip as far as deciding exactly what part of the video you want to use. So for example, if you want to get rid of the beginning part of a clip where maybe your finger is in the screen, or you're fixing your hair, smiling at the cute girl in class, we want to make sure we can trim the video to start exactly where I want it to start. So maybe I don't need the horses for whatever reason in my clip. If I set my black index point exactly where I like, hit set start point, it will cut out whatever the original beginning was. So now, as you can see, my original beginning is here with these birds. I can also do the same thing with the trim tool for setting the endpoint. So maybe I don't need these seagulls but I want to end with my cute baby koala friend. Where is he? He's right there. Oh, there he is. Look at him. He's so cute. Okay, so maybe I want to end exactly right here. I hit set endpoint, and voila, it deletes our not so cute seagulls, and it still keeps that fade in and fade out option for the audio that we originally set. Okay, so it looks like this is pretty good. My concern is I really would like to add some pictures or some text in between parts of my clip. So let's say you want to take a clip and you want to add a question in between your video. You can actually split a video into how many parts you need it. So what I can do is I go up here to my split tool. I want to make sure I'm almost exactly right where it splits, and if I need to be more precise, I can come down here and I can select frame by frame. I'm going to be very picky. So right here looks like a pretty good spot. I hit the split tool, and it has now separated my one clip into two. So now you see here I have a clip that features these sea lions, seals. Sorry, I'm not a science teacher. And then here, these birds. Okay, great. Hopefully you have some pictures that you might need to insert into your movie besides just video clips. So if I go down here, I'm sorry, I did not need to do that. I need to go to home. I can go to add videos and photos because I can't click in this empty white space again to add content. I need to go to my home tab, select add videos and photos, and I'm just going to use sample photos once again. Hopefully you have photos in your computer that you need to use for your project. I can select one by one, but I don't like to waste time. I like to use shortcuts when possible. So I'm going to hold down the Control key on your keyboard, bottom left hand key of your keyboard, and it allows me to pick and choose exactly. So I don't necessarily need. I really want to focus on animals, so I'm going to have the koala, the jellyfish, and the penguins. Okay, press insert, and now you see I have these three videos, or I'm sorry, these three photos in between my clips. So, very nice, kind of static, not really doing much. There's a couple ways we can make our photos more dynamic in Movie Maker. First thing, I'm going to change the duration. Duration seems a little long. The default is 7 seconds. I know that by when I hover my cursor over the picture, it tells me the file name and the duration. So koala, 7 seconds, penguin, 7 seconds, transition none, pan and zoom none, effects none. So very boring. So I'm going to go back to my video tools tab, and I'd like to change this instead of 7 seconds. I don't need it that long. I'll change it to 3. And if I don't want to, again, I don't like to waste time. So if I can change all of my photos at the same time, that would be fantastic, and I can. If you select your first your first photo, hold down the Shift key, select the end, it selects everything in between, and I can now edit all three photos at the same time. So I want the duration to be, let's say, 3 seconds. Select that, and you can see the duration now reads 3 seconds for each photo. Okay, so I have a good length now for my photo. I can now change both the transition and kind of the focus. So transitions are here under the animation tab, and I have options of some diagonals, which I don't think are very professional. I can pixelate, I can do this weird dissolve and a little heart thing if you really like animals. I'm going to do a crossfade. I think crossfade is very professional. gives me a direct fade between the previous clip and the next one. So I really like that. I'm actually going to apply that to all of my slides. And you can see as soon as I did that, it adds this little triangle. Shows me exactly where in the clip the transition ends. So notice I have my insert mark right here. The bottom of the triangle, that shows me that the transition has completely stopped. So the space here is what I have to work with now for my photo. If I felt that was a little too long, I can change the duration to be a little shorter and apply that tool too. Actually, I'm not sure if I can. I might need to select all my videos. Make sure duration is something shorter, like 50 seconds. Perfect. Great. I have a nice, simple, quick crossfade. Let's say I wanted, you know, I don't like how it's just a static, free focus on the photo. I wish the camera would move a little bit, and we can do that with Movie Maker. So I select my photo. I'm going to go to the pan and zoom section of the animation toolbar, and I'm going to select a transition. I really like these rotate zoom ins. So I'm going to choose this one for the jellyfish, the koala. Maybe I'll do this nice zoom out to the right. And here I'm just going to do an automatic pan and zoom. I'm just going to let the camera do whatever its little heart desires for the penguins. Okay, and I'm going to preview these pan and zooms. Very dynamic, much better. Okay, so we've learned about how to edit videos and photos, how to add them, how to apply transitions, how to change the focus, how to change the audio. And I know that was a lot, but I do want to show you a couple more things. Let's talk about adding text. So every good video has an opening title. By hitting add title, puts in a black box wherever my cursor was, and I'm going to hold and click and drag. And I don't need it in between the clip and the pictures. I need it at the very beginning. If I double click on the text at the bottom, brings up my text box here. And I can add whatever fancy title I want, and I'm going to have it pertain to my sample videos and call it Welcome to the Jungle. And I can drag and change the size of my text box. I can also change the font. So I'm a fan of Century Gothic. Not sure if you've ever noticed, but your art teacher loves that font too. And let's go ahead and make this bold so it stands out a little bit more. Century Gothic is kind of a skinny font. Okay, beautiful, wonderful. As you can see, it gives me some options for text. I have some different effects for how I want the text to come in, and if you click on the bottom little arrow for more, it gives us a lot of options. I really like these under cinematic. Give us some really fancy opening titles. Kind of like these here. I love how it previews exactly what I want. Okay, this seems pretty professional. I'm pretty happy with this contemporary drop down. I'm going to select that. And I'm also going to add some captions to my photos. So for example, if I want to add a caption here that reads what jellyfish it is, I can hit caption. And I have that same box where I can kind of change the text down below. Okay, so again, a lot of different steps. I hope you take the time to pause, play, and kind of review. If you have questions, talk to your teacher so they can email me. Good luck, everyone.